There's an upcoming conference designated from educators and parents of adolescent girls next month. You're invited. Joining us with all the details, Laura Haskins, head of school at Orchard House School, along with one of the keynote speakers, award-winning actress and playwright Eva D. Virgilis. It's great to see you. Thanks for being back with us.
It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Nice
it's a pleasure to be here.
We were talking before we got started, Laura. Many folks might not yet be familiar with Orchard House. This is a school right here in Richmond.
That's right. We're right here in the Fan, not too far from the station actually, and we are a middle school for girls, so 5th through 8th grade, and adolescents. Most of us can remember at least one or two cringe-worthy moments of being a middle school girl and adolescent, so our school is specialized in helping girls through this time so that they can emerge as confident teens and then confident women later on.
And middle school, talk about being a particularly targeted time, as though we may feel as fresh as springtime. Middle school in our day was different, even by standards, big time now.
Right, exactly. So there's some things that don't change about being an adolescent girl. There's all kinds of changes happening developmentally, physically, socially, and emotionally. A lot of critical work happens during the middle school years. It's when girls are really forming their identity, asking big questions about who they are. But what has changed is the world. And for example, I think when all of us were in middle school, we weren't dealing with things like social media. We know that anxiety and depression is on the rise. And so really thinking about how we can support girls as the world is changing, and yet they still have this really important work to do in forming their self, their authentic self.
Speaking of important work, Orchard House has organized Brave New Girl Conference. It's a full-day conference. Eva, you're one of the keynote speakers.
Yes, and let me say I'm so excited to be a part of this conference, because when women get together, good things happen all the time. Absolutely. And I'm just really excited to speak about owning and not apologizing. You know, as a makeup artist years ago, I realized within the first 3 seconds of sitting in my chair, almost every woman would apologize to me for the way she looked. And I started to go down that road and realize it's not just in the chair women do it, they do it outside the chair. And so I realized women have a visibility issue. And so when we speak up, when it's silencing us. So really it's about empowering ourselves so we can empower the next generation of girls.
So you will focus on end the apology. That's the focus for the Brave New Girl Conference.
Right, ending the apology. And so it's about speaking up, learning to speak up as women, so that we can model that behavior so that young girls can follow that, showing that we support each other as women gathering. And so young girls see that that is the norm, so we can be leaders.
I think it's fascinating too, in that you have that perspective from folks sitting down in your chair. You also, I think, as an actress, have the opportunity to take on different perspectives and really dig in and learn about motivations. Do you help bring that to the conversation as well?
I do. I love to embody the stories that I've heard. So I've been able to be so fortunate to go around the world and hear the stories of women who have sat in my chair. And so what I do as an actor is I embody those women and share those stories as well as my own story. I love to be vulnerable about my experiences as a young girl and my experiences now as a woman. And so by owning that, being really vulnerable up on stage, I think we women go, oh, I go through that too. And if we are starting to own that and not be so afraid and shameful to talk about situations that we've been through, then we teach that to our young girls too, that it's okay, we're there for each other.
So we have about a minute left. I could listen to Eva all day long. She would be enough for the Brave New Girl Conference for me. But wait, there's more. You've got a fantastic lineup.
We really do. Our other keynote speaker is Sara Gilliam, and she's the co-author of Reviving Ophelia. This was a groundbreaking novel, or excuse me, not a novel, but a book that was published 25 years ago. It was really the first look at the lives of adolescent girls and what's going on with them. And so that has been revised and updated. So we're really going to be looking at girls in the context of today's world and how we can support them. And then after that keynote speaker, there are lots of options for workshops. So we're looking at resilience, we're looking at promoting girls in STEM, we're looking at mindfulness. So there's just a plethora of things for parents, educators, nonprofit professionals to come and choose from. And we really do want this to be a great gathering of people that work and care about adolescent girls.
So everyone who's watching now, parents, educators, nonprofit, it's open for everyone.
It's open for everyone, and we really should be partnering and supporting girls. And so I do want to say that our early bird deadline is February 21st, so please take advantage of getting that discount.
Yep.
And we've also been very just happy to have donors that are sponsoring tickets for public school teachers as well.
Fantastic.
So there's some free scholarships that are available for teachers and nonprofit professionals.
And probably plenty of room to still make that happen.
Absolutely.
So if you'd like to contribute, you can. Laura, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Eva, good to see you.
It's great to see
all
you.
day. I could just listen to you all day.
Likewise.
But it's going to be a fantastic Brave New Girl Conference. Orchard House School presents Brave New Girl Conference designed for educators and parents of adolescent girls. It's happening Saturday, March 21st from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the middle school in Richmond's historic fan district, 500 North Allen Avenue in Richmond. Award-winning playwright and actress Eva DeVirgilis is one of the keynote speakers. I always try to just make that, this fantastic mega thing. For all the information, we'll have a direct link on our show website by early this afternoon, WTBR.com. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.